Hello everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time as ever, and it's relatively light on the news this week. So the first thing I guess is that by the time you guys see this video, my hair will be slightly different in color. It's not going like anything bright or vivid this time around. It's just to touch up the roots for the most part, because it's very dark here, and compared to it's very light over here, so it just needs touching up to make sure it's all a bit more consistent. It's blending okay, more or less, in colors with like my natural blonde and my dyed blonde, but yeah, I just kind of prefer it to be a bit more consistent than that. I very much prefer it to be bright blonde. It was bright blonde when I was a kid. Whether it was all the sun or all the lack of sun over the years, it has regressed to being significantly darker. I do have blonde and brune, kind of like hair genes. It's probably like an inevitable thing. And then who knows, eventually down the road it might even go silvery. We'll see. That would be interesting with my length of hair. I don't seem to have a receding hairline in the future at the very least. The other thing, though, is that I have received a message regarding my ADHD diagnosis, which is that it's being restarted, and I mean that in the most literal fashion. My first appointment is on the 18th, and that will in fact be the same as the last appointment that I had, so I need to give them a call and see if they can't just use the data from the previous time that we started doing this, and whether I have to go through that whole thing again. There will be paperwork, eventually, inevitably, either way, but it would be nice to not have to do 2 interviews for the exact same purpose. But we'll see how well that goes. It's a new month, so new patrons. By the time you see this, in fact, patrons should have gone through, but you can pledge at any time of the month that you should so desire. And if you do, you get to see videos currently about a day early. I'm gonna see if I can increase that over the course of the year, but currently it's a day early. But other than that, on to the schedule. Our upcoming streams for the week. On Thursday night at 9 PM GMT, we have more Midnight, hopefully, maybe just sort of kind of being able to take on a Tigrex. Then on Friday at 9 PM, we also have more Friday Night with Dead by Daylight, continuing our stretch and just trying to get some blood points. And on Saturday night at 7 PM, we have more Dungeons and Giant Hats, where we find out if Granny Burgess can help the trio. Followed, of course, by the Carousel at 9. And lastly for the week, on Tuesday at 9, we have more Building Blocks, where we continue codifying the Archfey. And the videos you might have missed for the week. We have an episode of New Millennia where I establish a refinery and plan my vital steps forward. And we have an episode of Dailies by Daylight where Max has an after-school class that nobody wants to attend. And as ever, on to the questions. As always, there's room from the comment section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask, drop it down below. Our question of the week comes from Princess Firefly. How far in the future do you plan to get a cat? Fairly far at the moment. There's 2 major stopping points on why we don't have one already, basically. And the first, of course, is economic. Keeping a cat requires making sure they get all their jabs and are taken to the vet on a regular basis, making sure that we have all of their food and toys and all manner of enrichment and supplies. And granted, after Ollie's visit, we have a lot of that already, but we're not remotely in a position to be taking care of a cat on the full time right yet. And that's because we just fiscally cannot afford it right now. It would be nice, but we would be on pot noodles every meal if we did. So that part is not happening just yet. The other part is actually preparing the home, as it were. Even if we got an older cat that wasn't a kitten and we didn't have to house train that kind of thing, the house is still very much in a building site kind of state. The front room is completely wall-to-wall storage right now of various pieces that we can't just put around the rest of the house because they're being redecorated and such. There's 3 distinct kinds of flooring in the kitchen because we've just cut back the layers that people have irresponsibly put on top of each other. It's not a great place for a human right now, let alone a cat. A cat will have much less idea of what the heck's going on. But the upstairs we can handle, but the downstairs has the kitchen and the bathroom, so we need to be down there, and that's not great places for cats to be right now. Ollie was really smart. Ollie seemed to get the idea relatively quick, but we'd prefer to not be in a situation where they had to, as it were. So when that's resolved, I don't know, because the person that my landlord has in charge of redecorating the whole place also has a lot of other stuff on their plate, and we more or less just get visits from them when it is possible for them to get visits. So, don't know. Probably a couple of years at this point. This might have to replace my child rearing kind of plans in the near future, but Who knows? Who knows? So, yes, we'll have a fur baby instead of a less furry baby, I guess. Hope you've all enjoyed that, and I shall catch you all as ever next time.